I'll catch you. What's up, everyone? How's it going? Can you guys hear me okay? Please let me know. What is up? What is up? Let me know in the comments real quick, guys, if you can hear me. I would truly appreciate it. Noti gang on deck, what up? How's it going, everyone? So I was a little delayed perfect, loud and clear, awesome, awesome, awesome. So I was letting some content creators and stuff get on these Land Cruisers, the ones that didn't have some opportunity, and there were a lot of people hanging out next to them and stuff, so I figured we would wait. You guys could watch all their content and everything, and then I'd hop on here with you guys. So apologize for the East Coast people if it's a little bit late, but wanted everyone to get some fair share of their time. So what do you guys want to know? What is up? If you guys are in here, go ahead and smash that like button so people can see that we are live with the 2024 Toyota Land Cruiser. I'd appreciate it. So which one do you guys think? First impressions, do you guys like the Land Cruiser trim level or the 1958 one? Bare bones off-roader, or a little bit more luxury over here with the heritage blue grayscale roof? Or would you pick any of these old ones? Let me know. Show the suspension. So it's a little bit hard to see the suspension, but it's a double wishbone suspension in here. Multi-link rear suspension like the Tundra. The model that is going to have 5,000, that is going to be the first edition one. So it's going to be just like this Land Cruiser, but it's going to have like some leather seats, a little bit more updating on the inside, or not updating, luxury features on the inside, and a little bit more with the rock rails and the roof rack. These tires on this one are 265/70 R18s, and the 1958 over there has like 245s on it. Very small tire, but the individuals that may be purchasing this truck, you know, may be putting on some bigger tires anyways. So is the Land Cruiser gonna replace the 4Runner? Got that question a lot here. No official comment from Toyota yet, but the 4Runner has been a very, very, very good seller for them, so I don't think that they would cancel the 4Runner. So this one does come in at the mid $55,000 range, right? So that's gonna be right there at 4Runner TRD Pro pricing. Engine specs, so we are working with a 2.4 liter, okay, turbo hybrid. So it's the same one, iForce Max, that's gonna be in the Tacoma. So we have the inline 4 right there, our hybrid components right over here, 8-speed transmission with the hybrid generator in the middle of it. So it's an in parallel hybrid system, and 326 horsepower, which is down from the outgoing V8, but you have 465 foot-pounds of torque. So it is gonna be a torque monster, that is for sure. Can you make videos on Tacoma hybrid trucks soon? Not soon, unfortunately, with the Tacoma. Why are they not calling it the Prado? Good question. Not really sure why. Prado's more of a global name, and they just brought it back as Land Cruiser here. Almost FJ Cruiser. Okay, yeah, so if you look at everything about it, you can really tell, you know, cues and stuff from FJ Cruiser, different Land Cruiser series, but the biggest that I see FJ Cruiser in this thing is right here in the back. So if you look at this D-pillar, it really looks like FJ Cruiser, right? Especially with the more grayscale roof, and I like this roof too because it's not pure white. Yeah, no third row in the US, but if you look at the back here, and unfortunately I can't zoom out on a live stream for some reason, guys, I apologize. But if you look at the back here, yeah, there's no rear seats, but we are going to have quite a bit of cargo space back here. So we're gonna have a good amount of cargo space, and there also looks like there's like a little bit of storage too. So these aren't final materials and stuff, but it is very cool that we got some storage back here as well. So you got storage on this side, okay, storage on that side. There's even storage up in the front, kind of like the 4Runner has. And then you have a 2400 watt outlet right here. And then some more storage over here, your batteries right here, and then the jack right there. Show them the storage in the floor. Just showed that. I'm not sure if these comments are coming in a little bit later or if they're accurate, but Yeah, so because our batteries, right, because it's a hybrid, our batteries are gonna be right here. So they kind of built storage up around it because I would assume, you know, you don't wanna have the same issue that some had with the Sequoia, right? And it just depends on how you use your vehicle and stuff. But with the rear seats, like, so if they did a third row back here, with this one being a hybrid model, you would have the same thing with the Sequoia with not having seats fold flat. So they just fully eliminated the rear seat for this. All Land Cruisers will be 5 seaters. I'm not a sellout, I'm just here showing you guys content. If you don't want to see the video, then move along. But all Land Cruisers will be 5 seaters, so that is what we got. So it's kind of like a 4Runner, but it is a little bit bigger than the current 4Runner because the GX and 4Runner grew up in size. But yeah, it looks sick, especially in the Heritage Blue. So we don't know what the 4Runner is going to be like yet, so it's hard to pick this over a new 4Runner. So we'll just have to see, you know, what the new 4Runner is going to be like. We got people inside showing stuff right now. So this is the front of the 58. Can you show the rear seats? I can. Let me try to get in that blue one. I'll go over to that. We'll show the rear seats in this one real quick. So this one is the 58, guys. So this one has cloth seats to it. Any word on TRD trim? There will be no TRD trim. So all we have is the 58, which is this one. We have the Land Cruiser, which is that trim level over there. And then you have a first edition, that's it. Of course, man, dude, I love taking the time for this stuff. So if look, going into the third row, it's kind of 4Runner-esque, right? So the seat goes back over this wheel well here a little bit, and then you have the seats. So these are the cloth seats that you're gonna get in the 58. And dude, how old school are the, yeah, exactly, Jim. Retro looking seats. Like this reminds me of my 1995 4Runner. Like this literally reminds me of my 95 4Runner. So these are the back seats for this one. I did notice on the Land Cruiser over there that it had vents up in the ceiling. This particular one has vents right there in the center console. So I'm not 100% sure the final touches with this too, right? Because if you look in the back here, because they're kind of using GX stuff for the back, this has like cup holders, right? And they're not gonna have cup holders back here because they're not gonna have third row seats. So some parts are kind of GX for this prototype model or pre-production model, whatever you want to call it. So I'm not really sure if they're going to be vents up in the ceiling or in the center console. So colors, guys, I'm going to do a full video talking about like all the colors and the specs and everything because we really only had like 20 to 25 minutes with each vehicle, and I tried to like get as much in there as possible with voiceover and stuff, but I may just do a full dedicated video to like all the options and everything. But this color is called Meteor Shower. It's like a new silver for Toyota. It kind of has like, it's kind of some gold flake to it. This is an iconic return. We have Heritage Blue. I'm not sure if you guys remember it from the 2014 FJ Cruiser Trail Teams. I'm not sure if it was on any other models. So they have that. And then they also have Trail Dust coming, which they were saying that the trail dust mimics kind of a yellow or something like that. Dude, Optimum, you're about to get blocked, bro. They're kind of annoying, dude. So it's kind of like the yellow over there. So it would be really cool when all the colors come out and we get to see them all. But the only ones that we have is Heritage Blue with the grayscape roof. And then we also have that trail dust, which is gonna be, yeah, mustard, thanks, Jose. Kind of like a mustard color with the trail dust, and that will have the grayscape roof as well. And I think it looks really good. Looks like they have to have some serious wheel well room. Oh yeah, so in the front, it's very, I mean, it's on the TNGAF platform. So we do have a good amount of room up here, just kind of like the Tundra does. We have the felt liners up there too. This little chin spoiler down there, it's able to kind of come off just like the Tacoma does, which is cool. There's little like pop stuff right there. But yeah, it's the same exact engine powertrain as the Tacoma iForce Max. So 326 horsepower, 465 torque. So it is down a little bit in horsepower compared to the V8, but it's a torque monster for sure. Now, we haven't driven it yet. The only hybrid max that I've driven has been on the Grand Highlander, And I want to say the Grand Highlander was a 6-speed automatic, if I remember the Grand Highlander properly. And the Grand Highlander actually has 65 less torque, okay? So the Grand Highlander is a very heavy 3-row crossover SUV, and it moved it very, very well. So obviously I'm not gonna like talk up this engine, right? Because I don't know exactly how it's gonna be with this truck. So I'm not gonna talk it up. We'll see whenever the drive event is about it. But the numbers on paper, especially torque, that's pretty nice to have. So yeah, so the 58, yes, this one has an 8-speed. Oh, are you talking, Stevie, about the Grand Highlander? I can't remember if the Grand Highlander has an 8 or a 6. The release date is gonna be early spring 2024 for it. Are the electric motors in addition to the gas engine? Yes, so it's an in parallel hybrid system. So you have the 4-cylinder right here, and it's just like the Tundra. You have the electronic generator in between the engine and the transmission. So getting close up, Steely, for you. So these are like LED DRLs. And then this is the circular lights that you're gonna get on the 58 and also on the limited edition, the launch edition one. So these are pretty nice, LED down here. The Middle East, you guys may be getting this as a Prado. Not sure what engine options or trim levels you guys are gonna get, but the Middle East, you guys may just get them as Prados. And then coming over to the Heritage Blue, GX seems to be the way to go. Yeah, so it just depends on the price point and what you want, for sure. So, because you can start at 55 with this and then, potentially get up close to the GX pricing. But then if you want, the Overtrail or something like that, that may just be up a little bit higher. So sorry if I'm missing comments, guys. There are a bunch that are coming through, but I'm trying to get with you guys as much as possible. Yeah, building it up with a lift would look sick. They kind of showed that in some of the renderings and stuff that they had of this truck. That would look really awesome. Let's see if this does have folding mirrors. I can't tell. There are a lot of creators here, so I'm trying to be out of people's way as well. So indication on pricing, these things are gonna start off around $55,000. So that is obviously for the 1958. It does look like we have auto folding mirrors, guys. So this one does look like it has mirrors. No KDSS on these. It is a full-time 4-wheel drive. I can't start it up. I mean, I probably could. Well, they probably took the keys out. We'll see. Yeah, they definitely took the keys out. Yeah, key not detected. So they don't want anyone at least turning on the accessories. Guess on MPGs, it would be cool. I mean, we can get some indication probably when we get MPG numbers for the Tacoma, but I don't know, man. It's a 4-cylinder. The Hybrid Max on the Grand Highlander gets upper 20s, so this being a body on frame and a bit taller, it would be nice if it got low 20s. That'd be really cool if it did. Yeah, it would be cool if it got 25. That would be sweet if it got 28, that is for sure. Yeah, so the interior of the Land Cruiser is really nice. The other interior is definitely a bit more bare bones for sure. Yeah, so here's an FJ Trail Teams right here. Radiant red, very, very nice. Isn't it smaller than a Grand Highlander? I would say it's about the same dimensions as a Grand Highlander. Yeah, so these lights in the front, they are rigid lights right here, and they are able to go both white light and amber. Yeah, it just depends on what you want, this or a 4Runner. The 4Runner is definitely tried and true, that is for sure. How's it compare to the new GX? I personally like this a little bit more than the GX. And the reason for that is it just has a lot of good Toyota-esque-ness to it. I mean, I know that's not a proper word to say, but we're gonna get in here kind of away from all the noise. But we do have LED lights, so that's sweet. 12.3-inch screen. sway bar disconnect. I think that's what the SDM is for. And then we have center locker, rear locker. How's the materials compared to a Bronco? I mean, the inside of this is really nice, guys. It's built in Japan. All of this right here is all soft touch. It's all soft touch through here. Like, the interior of the Land Cruiser grade is definitely a nice one. We do have a sunroof on this. Main differences between this and the new 4Runner, just modern interior, a more modern powertrain, I guess, with a ton more torque, and it does have a lot more horsepower. Size compared to the Sequoia, I want to say it's probably like 4 inches-ish more narrow, and maybe like an inch or two shorter. But here's a look at our center stack right here. So nice gear lever, park hold, your parking brake, your traction control off. There are 2 recovery points at the front. What are all the trims going to be? Just Land Cruiser trim, 1958 trim, and the first edition. So there's really only going to be 3 trims for it. But if you look down here at the bottom, you can see the recovery hooks right there. So there's 2 recovery hooks down at the bottom. Again, these little kind of canard things right there can be taken off for more approach angle as well. Yeah, the cargo space is definitely better because it does not have rear seats for sure. Guys, if you don't mind just liking the live stream really quick, that would be amazing. I'd appreciate you guys. What size tires? These are 265/70 R18. So if you round up, they're close to a 33. Did you see, did you test the sound installation? You're already in a noisy place. Yeah, let's see if we can get in it again without bothering people. We're gonna go into the middle seat real quick. So it's pretty loud. You guys let me know what you think. Oh yeah, that's solid. I don't know, doesn't sound like acoustic glass, but here we go in the back seat. It is a little dark. This one has 3-zone climate control. And again, like I was saying, like this one has the vents up in the ceiling, so I'm not sure if that's gonna be an option. Yeah, super nice noise isolation. And look at just how high up that windshield gets, which is really, really nice. Bro, you guys and your farting conversations are ridiculous, dude. Holy crap. Yeah, door closed solid. Guys, Japan, right? I mean, I was so excited when this thing was gonna be Japan built. I mean, yeah. So, I mean, we'll obviously see. Tow capacity, they say maximum of 6,000 pounds for this. Yep, it's made in Japan. It's gonna be made in 2 different plants in Japan. I'm not gonna try to say their names, but it's gonna be made at 2 different plants in Japan. And hopefully the volume of production will be pretty good. These are Softex seats. So in this one, they're Softex seats, heated and ventilated, which is nice. And then in the first edition one, they're gonna have leather seats in that. So once the first edition goes away, you're good, you're good, you're good. Once the first edition goes away, then it may be like something else, like a off-road premium or something like that. No pano roof in this one, just a normal moonroof. We got Kirk right there.
We're seeing how the seats fold.
Yeah. Hello?
See, I'm saying it wouldn't be that great for
So
overlanding.
the seats fold kind of flat like that.
But there's a gap.
So I'm gonna let these guys check out this one. We'll go over to the 1958 for you all. But check out this venue first. We'll do that first. We'll check out this venue. So here at the Land Cruiser Heritage Museum, man, holy smokes. There's Ideal Media. You guys follow them, you have to. But yeah, check out all the Land Cruisers they have here, guys. Absolutely awesome. And all these dudes are usually inside, but they took them all out to have the 2 new Land Cruisers up in there. I want to show you this one. Oh, they opened it up. So this 200 series over here is incredible. So it's a Heritage Edition 200 series, and they basically, after the front doors, chop it off and put this whole camper setup in the back. And look at that, solar panels on the roof. Big old camper. It's a pass-through as well, which is really cool. Snorkel and everything on this. You have gear up top. This thing is so sick. Very, very cool. Then they have this iconic one right here. Went through all the continents and stuff. The Expedition 7's one. And then over here, check out this Hilux too. When I saw this one, I was like, oh my God, Top Gear. That's really cool. I'm gonna try to block the wind noise. But this one, the Expedition 7 as well, the Hilux. So sick, right? This thing's incredible. Very, very cool. Very cool to see. Yeah, so they have all these here, guys. If you're in Salt Lake City, Utah, and you're able to do a tour of the museum and stuff, it's very awesome. We're gonna try to come back on inside. I like to show you guys the behind the scenes and everything. So this is where I filmed the 58 video. So if you guys haven't seen yet, on my YouTube channel, I have full walkarounds of both of these vehicles. But as we come back in here, this museum is just filled to the brim. Got some fire truck ones, ambulance ones, and everything too, right? So you have the hose tender, the FJ45 hose tender. So everything here, you can just read it. They have QR codes too if you want to listen to it as well. But everything here is just labeled so nicely for information and history. Keep walking around, you guys can see some people you may follow. And then we have the mega cruisers over here, which these things in person, they are so wide. These things are ridiculous. And we'll get back to the other Land Cruisers, what you guys clicked on this for in a second, but I just want to show everyone the museum. Very, very cool to be here. Have a bit more of modern ones right here. And then just everything, right? So you have the 100 series, everything just gives you information. Yeah, almost like a Hummer. Yeah, these things are massive. And this one is all OEM, all stock. Insane. Very, very cool. And then can walk over here. It's just so, there's so many. I know I keep repeating myself, but like, I'll just look up real quick. So awesome. Yeah, so this is the Heritage, Land Cruiser Heritage Museum. Is Joe Rogan's here? I don't know, I'd have to ask Kurt. But yeah, just so much history. And some that are just so clean. Other ones not so clean. This one is from the Middle East. And then they just have these two on display over here. Yeah, it does, especially with the 58. So very interested to see what what comes of the 4Runner when it's actually time. All right, what else do you guys want to see? We're gonna wrap it up soon, and I'm gonna film a couple more videos for you guys and some short form content. You guys want to see the dashboard of the 58? So if you guys haven't yet, try to go over to my channel when you guys are done with this if you want, and you guys can see full walk-arounds of both of these vehicles. So this is the interior of the 58. It is very bare bones-esque, right? Keyless entry, yes, is standard on all of them, but it's kind of like a rubberized material for this. Very solid door, which is nice. I don't think it's gonna kill the 4Runner. And then we have a Heritage style steering wheel here too, so it's not gonna really mimic the Tundra or Sequoia or anything like that. So it's a really nice steering wheel. Got a grab handle right here. This one has heated seats too, so even though they're like pretty good cloth, this one's gonna start in the mid 55,000 range. No suspension differences, at least in the press material, but we have heated seats, steering wheel. This one also, even though it's the bare bones, we got a center locker, a rear locker, full-time 4-wheel drive, crawl control in this one, so no multi-terrain select in this one. but it does have pretty much everything you need. And it's a bare bones off-roader, really. And they even do just the 8-inch screen right here, because if you were to build this vehicle up, right, there's this stuff right here. If you want to tap into this, I'm sure this is pretty solid right here. You could put like a iPad or something right here if you're trying to make this be an overland rig. And they even have, I don't know, that may be able to come off or something. I don't know, we'll see what the aftermarket companies do with this stuff, you know, like they always do. They're very, very creative. So I'm sorry if I missed the question. What's below the vents plastic thing with the grooves? Just seems like decoration or style, I guess. Can you fold the rear seats? You can. Appreciate it, Jim. If you guys want to hit that like button, I appreciate it. It's free, doesn't cost you anything. So these seats, they're kind of like the 4Runners. They have a little lever right here, so you guys can recline back here, but when you go forward with them, they will fold flat like this. And it's a little bit of a hump right here from that, but two, they will flip as well. So there is like a little more storage right here in the front too. No third row on this because this is only available as a hybrid. And if you guys know about the Sequoia, right? So the Sequoia, when you try to fold the seats down in the back, they don't fold completely flat. And this is a tiny bit smaller than the Sequoia. Not by much, honestly, but it is smaller than the Sequoia. But the batteries, they're right there. So they didn't want to put third row seats back here. They didn't comment on this, or nor did I ask the question, but this is what I assume, is that if you then put the seats back here, right, and you try to fold them flat, it's gonna have the same thing that the Sequoia has in the sense that the seats are gonna be up a little bit. So that is why that is there. Do we have any guesses on price on the upper trims? I would guess a difference of 10,000 if I had to guess. So maybe that one is around 65,000, and then the trim up above that is 70, because you got to think about how high are these going to go in price until we get to GX price, you know? So is the top of the line one of this going to be at GX or right before GX? So I would say that these would top out maybe 65 to 70. I mean, and I'm not giving any, like, that is officially what it is, but that's what I would think. Where does the 4Runner fit in with this? I think the 4Runner is just going to be a little bit smaller and offer just a different style of maybe aggressiveness, like maybe really based off the Tacoma. We'll see. You guys follow Jack's Automotive? He's here. Stuff in his face.
That's all I do.
Eating his one meal a day. Yeah, then you have the Sequoia. So I mean, like, think of it with their crossovers, right? You have the Corolla Cross, you have the RAV4, you have the Venza, then you have the Highlander, then you have the Grand Highlander. So really, this is the only Toyota body on frame. This is the second SUV, and then you have 4Runner. So they really have only 3 body on frame off-road Toyotas. So they have a lot of crossovers, right? But this would only be their 3rd off-road vehicle. Someone asked about a spare tire. Yep, it's right there. We got a spare tire right there. Most likely you get to it not right there, so you probably have to pop this cover off, it looks like, where the tow hitch is, to bring the spare tire down, and then you also have a recovery hook right over there. Yeah, it just depends on which one you get. The GX definitely isn't going to be priced around $55K, because that's what this one's going to start at, right? But it just depends on what you want. And then with the GX as well, you know, you have the V6 if you want that. Yeah, this will not be the same price. This will not be $90,000. Maybe at a dealership in California, right, with them overpricing the crap out of it, but they start at $55K. So, full-size spare, yep, looked like it. All right, guys, I may be heading off soon, get some more content for you all, now that it's kind of dying down a little bit to get both of them. Does the side indicator, yes, these mirrors have blind spot monitoring. See it right there? And then, let's bet, do it. And then you have the indicators right here. Hood scoop, no hood scoop. Just kind of like a little bulge in the hood. No hood scoop though, nice flat hood though. You guys are so welcome, man. I appreciate so much of your guys' support. We had 300 of you in here today. I appreciate it. If you guys are new to the channel or anything and want to see a full walk around video, just head over to my channel. I have the 58 on the channel, and then I also have the actual Land Cruiser as well. So if you guys, yeah, Ali, I appreciate it. You buying one? If so, which one? This one right here, I think so. I think lay in there with them. Come on, bro. Any info on the first edition? So unfortunately, we didn't have one here yet. Yes, they do have power mirrors. We verified. Gracias, de nada. If you guys watched the Japan press release, they showed the first edition in that trail dust color. I believe that was the first edition. But they're only going to make 5,000 of them. So think of like Supra, right? When they had the launch edition Supra, very hard to get. Really, I would just go for that Land Cruiser over there, or two. I mean, maybe even the 58, right? But 58 is going to be very kind of high volume, very simple, few colors. It is what it is. Build it up how you want it, and then you have the Land Cruiser over there. More color selection, more available options to add to it as well. So, guys, I appreciate you all watching. If there's any other questions, we're going to be making a lot more videos on the Land Cruiser, and I'll try to reply back to some comments in this. And I'm typically pretty good at replying back to comments in other videos too. So if you guys have any questions at all, go over to those videos, smash the like button for the YouTube algorithm, leave a comment if you guys have questions, and I got several planes to catch tomorrow, so I'll try to be replying back to all of you guys at that time. But I appreciate you all watching. I'm gonna go record some more videos of these, and I will catch you all in the next one. All right, guys, I appreciate it. Thank you.